under no circumstance do you tell your relatives here that you are going. People know, right? Because they will give you gifts, Natalia. Right, you're going to go to Lebanon, you'll spend the first week of your hard-earned holiday delivering gifts to people you've never met in your life. The first time I went to Italy, I was 24 years old. We lived in 5 doctors. Kumari comes over, knocks on the door, right? I don't know how she knew. There was no social media back then. There was no face. They used to ring one another. That was it. Before you even got there, they knew what was happening, right? Because, you know, ethnic grandmothers, they invented neighbourhood watch. You know that? And peering through the blinds, they can see everything, right? And so she rocks up to my house with a package, Natalia, all wrapped up. She gives me this gift, an address of where to go. Now, you know how long it takes to get where our parents are from, in a place called Reggio Calabria, right down the bottom of Italy, right? You've got to go 8 hours to Bangkok, another 12 hours to Rome, from there another hour and a half down to Calabria, and then some kumpari picks you up, drives you another hour and a half all the way down. We go on and we knock on her door, she gives her the gift, she unwraps it. Now, Peter, it wasn't a fluffy koala, mate, not even a set of boomerangs, not even a kangaroo, no. The Italian lady from 5 Docks, Sydney, Australia, gives me to give to the Kumari in Calabria a box of Baci chocolates, man. You understand that, don't you, huh? That's where they come from. Can you imagine if these chocolates had a GPS tracker? They get made in the middle of Italy in Perugia. They're onto a ship for 3 months. They sail all the way down to Australia. They go through customs. They get into the distributor's warehouse. The distributor sells it to the Italian delicatessen. Italian delicatessen sells it to the Italian Kumari in 5 Dock. Italian Kumari in 5 Dock keeps it in her cupboard 6 or 7 years. She then finds out I'm going to Italy, wraps them up, gives them to me, and I fly them all the way back. Business class, Pete, business class. And whatever you do, when you go to Europe, when you go to Lebanon, you go to Italy, anyone been to Europe, you know what, you're gonna shop, you're gonna buy all this stuff, please, trust me, please, pay the excess luggage at the airport, please. Do not send stuff back to Australia using their post office service, do not. Because the Italian post office, I can only talk about that because that's the only place that I send stuff back. The Italian post office in Italia is not like Australia Post, is it? No, no. In fact, the Italian post office should not even have a name. No. The Italian post office, out the front of it, should have a picture of a guy doing this. No one wants to do anything. Everyone's too busy. That's not my job. And isn't it funny? Like here, you can speak the language. Do you speak Lebanese? Can you speak and understand? Right. So you know. But when you get to Lebanon, you won't be able to speak anymore, right? You like me. I speak fluent Italian here, but I get to Italy, I'm like, the baguette, with the ship, to la Australia. Anyway, I said to this guy, I said, excuse me, I want to send this stuff to us. Everything all right up there? Okay, calm down. Okay. I said, excuse me, mate, I want to send this stuff to Australia. He looks at me and goes, not today. I said, why not? We're not got a pax. What do you mean? We're not got a pax. Oh! I said, what are we going to do about it, mate? He looks at me and he goes, Because Peter, in Italy, that's a legitimate answer. I said, man, I've got to get a plane tonight. How much money do I have to leave for my friend to send this stuff back to Australia? He looks at me and goes, because that's a measure in Italy. And I thought, you know what? Italians have given this country great things, food, fashion, cars, culture. Why did they not bring those communication skills here? Because we could use those communication skills here. Can you imagine that? You get pulled over by the police, and he's like, oh, Mr. Avati, you were speeding. Was I? But don't be a smart ass. Have you any idea how much the fine is for how fast you were going? Yeah. Anyway, Natalia, I digress. So now, you've delivered all the gifts to all the relatives in Lebanon, right? And because you've got jet lag and you're sleeping, they're shoving stuff into your luggage. Because they want you to deliver all the gifts back to all the relatives here in Australia. You become the Lebanese Chappelle Corby. And now you're going through customs and you're sweating because you know they're going to ask you one of two questions. The first one's this: has anyone other than yourself packed your bag? Are you fully aware of what's in your bag? You're like, yeah, mate. Meanwhile, there's oil dripping out. A row of salamis are holding your pajamas together. There's a goat head in the corner. Alitalia is the only airline where the overhead compartment is refrigerated. Have you ever seen that movie Alive where the plane smashes into the mountain and they've got to eat one another to survive? That would never, ever happen with Alitalia. If Alitalia smashed into a mountain, there'd be enough seeds in everyone's luggage to grow crops for the next 30 years. The rescuers will come, everyone's fat. Come on, you're being rescued. I can't go nowhere. I gotta make the tomato sauce, man.